step into the echoes of time with me as we begin the renovation saga of my 15 grand house. Amidst the whispers of its history, today we confront a challenge that defies gravity itself, the precarious ceiling. So join me in this video where every creak and groan tells a story, and those acro props become crucial characters in the restoration drama of a bygone era. And so it begins. We're going to be propping up the ceiling with these. Now, if left unattended, the second floor and the first floor will become one. And don't ask me if I've done this before. In fact, I'd rather you didn't. But fear not, I've seen this done many a times on the internet. The acro props now in place. I have no idea if I actually put them in the optimum spots, and that's because I have no building experience. However, now that they are in place, it is time to tackle this problem from above. We find ourselves on the second floor now, directly above the room where we placed those acro props, and I must admit, I do feel better knowing they're in place. Alas, we are still playing a dangerous game of cat and mouse with gravity itself, for one misstep could cause this floor to collapse into the void created by the broken beam below. So we should get to work. Now, in order to see what we're working with, I'm going to be removing the original terracotta tiles, and then we can get a better idea of the situation. This floor seems very old, so I'm expecting to find a dirt floor underneath. No concrete here. Now, I have some tools with me handy to remove this floor. I have a wonder bar. This is what Stanley calls it. I just call it a flat crowbar. It's a 12-inch model, and of course I have my trusty hammer. Oh, and one last thing, as we remove this floor, my intention is to preserve as many tiles as possible, because these are very old, these are beautiful tiles, and they can be reused somewhere else at a later date. Let's get on with the work. So I've just removed this cluster of tiles which is still attached together, and underneath it is a base of very fine stone, which kind of leads me to believe that this was once taken up and then placed down again, perhaps? Yes, I do think there was a repair job here in the past, maybe even a bodge job, dare I say, but this could actually be the cause of the collapsed beam underneath because of the excess weight. I mean, this dirt floor, I can imagine it being quite thick, and these tiles are very heavy as well. And all that weight, well, it does add up. Wow, look at that. It's just coming up so easily. Well, the room has been cleared of terracotta tiles, and now we have what's underneath. As I suspected, it's a dirt floor. We get a better idea here in the worst spot. I'm actually stood directly over one of the acro props, and it's holding up at least, and you can see that the floor consists of dirt, but also a few smallish stones. It runs quite deep, in fact. Now I'm going to level with you here. Unlike the floor, which is very unlevel, I am going to need an extra pair of hands to remove this dirt floor. A, for safety reasons, and B, just the sheer scale of work in this small room alone, which is going to become a future ensuite bathroom. Now, what to do with those tiles we've just removed? You know what? I think I've removed most of them intact. There's just a small pile there of broken ones. So, I'm really happy with that. But what to do with them? Well, originally I was going to take these away to my parents' property and find a use for them there. However, now that I'm here, I think I might just have somewhere to put these. Let's go take a look. That's right, we are back down in the basement once again. And I think this is the perfect place for those terracotta tiles. Let me tell you why. Well, first of all, the condition of the floor down here leaves a fair bit to be desired. It is indeed a mud floor, and a messy one at that. So this needs to be cleared out. And I do have some other terracotta tiles there already, so hopefully some more can be salvaged. Again, the beautiful archway that I mentioned in the first video on this place. So I can think of no better spot for those terracotta tiles than here in the basement, because, well, it's in keeping with the style, the beautiful arched tunnel I have. And not only that, it means that those tiles are not leaving the property, which just makes it that little bit more special. It's one thing to keep them and reuse them somewhere else, but it's another thing entirely to be able to reuse them on the very same property they came from. So that's the plan. I don't know exactly what this basement's going to be used for, but it's going to be a room that's used, lived in and enjoyed. And on that note, I'll love you and leave you now, and I'll see you in the next video, where we continue the renovations and tackle a new job entirely. Until then, bye for now.